John, I heard you hated Twisters. It's a sequel to a movie that, let's all be honest, is not that good. I think the original Twisters is a great film that I would say still holds up today with all of its visual special effects. I think it made the tornadoes terrifying. I think the score is great. I think the cinematography is great. I think the characters feel like they're grounded and elevate the disaster movie that they're in. But let's be honest, the original Twisters from '96, by the way, I did see that in theaters and I was blown away, figuratively and literally. You feel something watching that because it's not just a generic disaster film. You truly are invested in the characters. Bill Paxton in that movie is phenomenal. Helen Hunt, great. Now, the new Twisters movie, maybe it's because I love the original so much, and I feel something when I watch that movie. But in the new Twisters, if you just said, hey, this is a generic modern day disaster film about storm chasers, and it's sort of like Twister, but not, I'd be like, yeah, it was fine. It was good enough to watch on a rainy night, eating some stale fucking pizza that you forgot that you left on the counter 12 hours ago, but you're really desperate. It's late, everything's closed, and you got to eat this shit, or else you're going to bed hungry. That's what I would say the new Twisters is. Instantly forgettable entertainment. This is why I'm afraid to truly dedicate myself to YouTube and talk about movies, because I feel like there's a disconnect with me and people. Because this Twisters movie, terribly written. It felt like AI generated this movie. It felt like what they did was they took the script for the original movie, they put it into ChatGPT, and they said, make a modern day take on this, not as good, more generic, more forgettable, go. And that's what this is. That's literally what it feels like. Twisters is not a sequel. It's not. If anyone says that, they're blatantly lying to you. This is basically a remake. It's a remake. It really is. And the only thing that they really add to it that the original didn't have was, I would say this is a remake, but with almost a prequel-like feeling with the two characters sort of coming together. This would be like if you had a prequel movie where Helen Hunt meets Bill Paxton's character for the first time, and that's how they get involved in a romantic relationship. That's what this new Twisters was, with a modern-day background to it. I like me some Glen Powell. I really do. If Matthew McConaughey and Brad Pitt fucked in a men's bathhouse and they had a baby, it would be little Glen Powell. And it's a beautiful baby. It really is. A gorgeous man. And I liked him in this movie, but he's sort of just this cliche guy who makes YouTube videos where he just drives his badass truck right into a Twister and he records YouTube videos. And he has 1 million subscribers for doing this. This channel has 100,000 subscribers. My other channel, The Flick Pick, has 310,000 subscribers. I have never once had to drive my fucking car into a tornado to get views. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying it's below me. I'm just saying, 1 million subscribers and you're doing that kind of shit? I don't know, man. You should probably have 2 or 3 at that point. But I did enjoy those scenes. But by the 5th time in the movie that he drives his red pickup truck into a Twister, I go, oh, those aren't very dangerous. So it kind of diminished the threat of the antagonist of the film. And I thought that was a really big disservice to the story. And it just felt so CGI and soulless and flat, and I just didn't care. And I didn't like anyone in the movie. So whenever they died, I just was happy to see them go. I was like, oh, I hope they die in a brutal fashion in about 25 minutes. I'm sorry I'm rambling on, but I fucking hated this movie. So let me get this out.
I think I killed some chickens.
And there's this entire subplot revolving around real estate, and you don't care about it. It's really convoluted. It's really stupid. And then one other thing that stood out to me in Twisters, can you tell I hated the movie? I'll keep going. If you're a kid and you've never seen the original and you didn't grow up with it and you just watch TikTok videos and you go to the movie theater 2 times a year and you think Netflix puts out really good movies, I could see how you would think that this was like a good disaster movie. I could kind of see that. But I just need you to know there's better movies that came before this that this borrows from, but then is less than. The score to this movie sounds like if you went on YouTube and you got some like shitty free royalty free music, that feels like the score to Twisters. And then outside of that, they play like some ho-dunk country music throughout the movie. And if you go back and watch the original Twisters, the soundtrack to that movie is great. The score, whenever the Twisters are on the horizon in the original 96 movie. There's this like creepy string violin sound playing. It's terrifying. The tornadoes in the original feel like a true antagonist, like an evil villain coming to just stake claim and rip you apart. In this new one, it's like, oh, here's a big gray CGI cloud. Let's listen to some country music. Oh, so those are my thoughts on Twisters. If you liked it, it's cool. We can be friends. I respect your opinion. But the original one is far superior. And in about a week, you won't ever remember Twisters came out. So I thought it was really stupid. That's the best way I can describe Twisters. It was stupid, not engaging, and I didn't care about anything that happened.